Newsfirst at 9. Headlines.
A very good evening and welcome. This is Primetime News at 9 here on MTV Sports. I'm Ramesh Irugal Bandara from the Newsfirst newsroom here in Colombo. Let's start off with a look at your headlines tonight. Opposition expressed against the actions of the police unit attached to the NCPA with regard to a school principal in Kurunegala. Student assaults the principal at the 7PTS Central College. And a revelation by Hirunika Premachandra. Minister Partly Champigo Ranawaka says that using coal power to generate electricity is harmful to Sri Lanka. And finally, from neighboring India, the Supreme Court stays the release of Rajiv Gandhi killers. We have details of these stories and much more on Primetime News at 9 starting right now.
Well, thank you very much, Ramesh. Those are the headlines. Well, I'm Shahin Jurong Party.
I'm Stephanie Lazarus. Let's start off with tonight's top story. According to Indian media, the Indian Supreme Court has stayed the release of the convicts in the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case by the Tamil Nadu government. The apex court has asked the Tamil Nadu government to maintain status quo on 3 prisoners: Sunanda Raja alias Santhan, V. Sriharan alias Murugan, and A.G. Perarivalan alias Arivu. Early on Tuesday, the death sentences of the 3 were commuted to life term by the apex court.
The top court has issued notice on centre's plea that Tamil Nadu government is not allowed to remit the sentences of Rajiv Gandhi's killers. The court has asked Vellore prison authorities and the Tamil Nadu government not to release the convicts till the 6th of March, when it will hear the centre's plea again. The union government told the court that Rajiv's killers were found guilty under the Arms Act and Foreigners Act, under which only the centre had executive control. The top court commented adversely on the hasty decision of the Tamil Nadu government to remit the sentences of the 3 convicts, a day after the Supreme Court commuted their death sentences to life on ground of long delay in deciding their mercy pleas. Early today, Union government had moved the Supreme Court against Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha Jayaraman's move to free the killers of Rajiv Gandhi. Remorseless killers of Rajiv Gandhi did not deserve remission of sentence, the centre had said in its plea. The Indian central government had sought deletion of the last paragraph of the judgment which entitles the convicts remission of sentence. The Indian central government had also sought a review of the judgment. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Manmohan Singh issued a statement slamming the move of Tamil Nadu government to free Rajiv Gandhi's killers. In his statement, Prime Minister Singh says, quote, Tamil Nadu government's proposed course of action to release the killers of Sri Rajiv Gandhi is not legally tenable and should not be proceeded with, and the assassination of Sri Rajiv Gandhi was an attack on the soul of India. Release of the killers of a former Prime Minister of India, our great leader, and other innocent Indians would be contrary to all principles of justice. No government or party should be soft in our fight against terrorism. Unquote. Meanwhile, supporters and members of India's ruling Congress party protested in the southern state of Karnataka against the decision of the provincial government of southern Tamil Nadu to release the killers of former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi.
Without 24 hours, it is not announced. Next day morning, Tamil Nadu government joining cabinet meeting and joining that people are telling, we release that Rajiv Gandhi killers. What is this? Who is responsible? Who is killer? We don't know that. But whatever it is, we are condemning Jayalalitha government.
Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Jayalalitha Jayaraman, triggered outrage in the ruling Congress party by announcing her government's decision to release all 7 convicts in the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case, as the party blamed her for playing politics over the case.
Minister K.L. Rambukwal elaborated on the Sri Lankan government's stance over the subject.
We may have our own personal views on this. However, we are of the view that whatever decision is taken within the Indian legal system is their own decision.
But before moving on to our next local story, let's take a look at what's coming up on the news by Zulfiq Farzan.
Hi, I'm Peter Kuravita. This is Zulfiq. We've been having a little bit of discussion about cooking. He doesn't know how to cook at all. But come by on the news at 9 and I'll be giving him some hot tips about food and cooking.
The principal of the Sevanapitiya Central College sustained injuries after he was assaulted by a student. The police said that the injured principal is currently receiving treatment at the Valikanda Hospital.
MG Ratnavira, the principal of Sevanapitiya Central College, which falls under the purview of the Dimbulagala Educational Zone in Polonnaruwa, was assaulted by a student this morning. According to the police, the assault was carried out by a student who sat for the ordinary level examination. The police said that the principal was assaulted subsequent to warning a group of students who were singing inside a classroom this morning. I reported to the school at 7 this morning and did my usual round. I noticed singing inside the classroom and I warned them. 2 of the students accepted this warning. The third waited until I turned around and hit my head with a big pole. This student is a very disturbed child. He causes disturbance to others and does not dress accordingly. I had warned him in 2013 as well. The student who is suspected to have carried out the assault on the principal is now in police custody. According to our correspondent, the student in question was placed in probationary care on a previous occasion as well for assault. The principal, who was admitted to the Valikanda police for treatment, was later transferred to the Polonnaruwa hospital.
Three police officers who were involved in a raid conducted in the Minuwangoda area that was sparked much debate have been interdicted. The police media unit stated that 2 police sergeants attached to the Minuwangoda police and a police constable were interdicted. 3 police officers engaged in night patrol had arrived at a residence in Borogodavatta, Minuwangoda at 2:10 a.m. yesterday on an order of the OIC of the Minuwangoda police. They arrived at the residence to arrest a suspect in connection with physical altercation that occurred between 2 groups of youth on the 16th while playing cricket. Eyewitnesses say that the police officers who entered the residence by breaking down the back doors sought the suspect's younger brother. His mother attempted to save her son from the police assault, following which she suddenly fell ill and was hospitalized. However, she passed away while in hospital. The body of the deceased was brought back to her residence last night. Police protection has been provided to the residents.
Now taking a look at one of our headline-making stories this evening, the parents of the child who allegedly committed suicide after she was reprimanded for posting pictures on the social media website Facebook say that their second daughter is refusing to go to school. The victim's sister also studies in the same school as the victim. Now the principal of the school was released on bail after he was produced in court yesterday.
The younger sister of the deceased is a grade 9 student of the John Kotalawala College in Kurunegala. It has been 15 days since the death of the victim, and the parents say that their youngest daughter is refusing to go to school.
I'm afraid of going to school. I'm afraid of how the teachers and the principals will react.
The National Child Protection Authority arrested the principal of the school in connection to the suicide of the student and produced him in court. The principal was subsequently released on bail. This is how the released principal was welcomed by the students and the teachers at the school. The reasons as to why bail should be denied to the principal was not mentioned in the B report filed by the investigating officers of the NCPA. There was a tense situation among area residents since morning. They did not note in the report that he could commit such an act once more while on bail. They did not state that this could interfere with their investigations. He was granted bail at 2:30 and by 3:30 he went to the school in a large procession. He went to school and after addressing the students, they were allowed to leave. Keep in mind that these children were off at 1:30, were kept till the principal was released. This is also an act of harassment against the children. There is something suspicious about this because the principal was aware that he was going to receive bail.
විදුහල්පතිවරයා දැනගෙන ඉඳලා තියෙනවා ඔහුට අප ලැබෙන බව.
The arrest was made based on the charge of causing harm to children. After the death of this child, investigations reveal that this has been occurring frequently in this school. It is our responsibility to ensure that other children do not fall into this state. This is the responsibility vested in us through the Child Protection Act. Therefore, we had to act in this manner. As a lawyer and an acting magistrate, I instructed the police on filing the B report. However, it has been revealed that a B report was filed in some other way. People who want to protect children and ensure rule of law helped me. However, when considering what happened now, I couldn't understand what had happened. We hope to launch an investigation into this next Monday.
The NCPA police unit functions under her, so you will have to inquire about that from her. The NCPA has recorded 15 statements according to information that has been received. The principal was arrested and subsequently released on charges pertaining to cruelty against children. This division functions under her.
තමයි විදුහල්පතිවරයා අත්අඩංගුවට අරගෙන අපදීලා තියෙන්නේ. ඉතින් එතුමියගේ අධීක්ෂණය යට තමයි අංශය තියෙන්නේ.
Meanwhile, according to the Chief Minister of the North-Western Province, a thorough investigation will be launched into this incident and the future course of action will be decided on. Several days after the death of a student from Kurunagala, a similar incident was reported from the Alpiti area in Gaul. In this instance, a 19-year-old youth hung herself in Mannagoda, Alpitia. According to the police, the victim had used the picture of a different girl as her profile picture on her Facebook page. A number of incidents of deaths connected to social media sites were reported in the recent past. Indian Deputy Minister Shashi Tharoor's wife committed suicide recently, and it was reported in the media that she committed suicide following a spat she had with her husband on Twitter. Eric Smith, the executive chairman of Google and director of Google Ideas, Jared Cohen, point out in their book, The New Digital Age, that over 2 billion people use the internet by the end of the first decade of the 21st century. They point out that by 2025, a majority of the world's population will be able to access the World Wide Web using technology that can fit in their hands quite easily. The easiest way to identify the fake account of a girl is through her profile picture. If the photograph is of high quality, then it could be fake. Boys usually mispresent their village name or school name in their accounts. We can use such techniques to identify boys. The government or some other institution cannot control this. If we are disciplined when using social media websites, then this will not happen. You could complain directly to Facebook. If so, then such fake accounts will be blocked.
If we stop something just because it affects one person, then it could affect communication and the flow of knowledge in the country. This is an argument that could be brought forward. This is the issue. For example, plane crashes kill hundreds. However, we don't stop using them. It is the same with Facebook.